We did it. We have successfully completed our project. We have probably run the gauntlet and might have gotten a little beat up around the edges through the process. These projects can be incredibly dynamic. But by the time you get to project closure, that means that you have completed the activities on your activities list, that you have successfully navigated your way through all the risks that have popped up, and you have successfully submitted your deliverables and gotten them approved. So congratulations, round of applause. This is a big moment, but it's not the end. Project closure is an often overlooked step. It's real short and sweet, but it can definitely be a game changer for you as a project management professional to set you up for success on your next project. And so we want to make sure that we take the time to review each of the little activities that will make sure that as you're wrapping up and celebrating the success of your project, or that it's finally over, if it was really intense, that you're ready and being prepared or successfully preparing yourself to be successful in the next one. And so in project closure, there's a couple of activities that we want to perform. The first one is verify the project is complete. So again, you want to go through that activities list and you want to make sure that everything is marked 100% complete. If something is not, follow up with that SME or with that business owner and see, where it's at, right? You also want to finalize documentation. So making sure that you are closing out that project plan, that you're finalizing those notes. If documenting all of your meeting minutes and project coordination meeting minutes, any other deliverables, you want to make sure that they're being organized and categorized and filed away in a place that makes sense. This is actually something that is a little bit more nuanced, but you want to make sure that you're organizing those files in a way that it's intuitive for you after you've completely forgotten this project. And so I'm a little bit OCD when it comes to naming conventions because they should be intuitive. I don't remember half of the details of the projects that I've worked over the last couple of decades. And so making sure that I'm kind to myself by cogently or intuitively naming things so I can quickly find what I'm looking for the next time around. It's a little baby step, but again, this is all about preparing yourself and setting yourself up for the next gig. One thing that some project teams are less likely or may not be willing to do, but I highly recommend it, really, really encourage you to push for it if you can, is to do a project closure meeting. This can just be all about celebrating successes, but you also want to ask folks to critically analyze the project, not only the process that you have followed, the nuances, the communication, get satisfaction scores, but also how, lessons learned in general. What can we do to use this as a learning opportunity, as a learning organization, and to support continuous quality improvement so that our next project runs exponentially smoother because we're taking all the lessons learned from this one. Of course, if folks have been allocated to your project or other resources, equipment, supplies, maybe you've rented tables and chairs or office space, it's time to release those, and make sure that all of those individuals or resources can go back to their regularly scheduled programs, their day jobs. You also want to reconcile finances. Again, some project managers might not touch the finances as much, but it might be a matter of compiling all your receipts and all your invoices and all of the payments and stuff, and supplying that to your finance department so they can do their accounting and reconciliation process. And then this final step of archiving that project documentation. And so by pulling everything together nice and neat and organizing it in an intuitive fashion, you now have tools, templates, lessons learned, maybe those project management plans, the policies and procedures. You might have communications that you developed. You might have proposals that were submitted, contracts that were reviewed, procurement documents in here. This is a rich library of resources that you now have at your disposal and that you can use to set yourself up for that next project. And so if you can, definitely pay a lot of attention to this project closure phase because there's not a single project I've worked that I have not gone back to a previous one and said, oh, didn't I create a template for this? Or don't I have a tool for that? And quite honestly, That's where a lot of the tools and templates in our library have come from. These are real live things that we have used in our organizations with our clients and the customers that we work with, and they have proven themselves to be really, really important tools or really helpful tools, which is why we offer them to you.